Hey everybody, Dauntless here, and welcome back to Space Quest 6. Now, unlike last time, I'm pretty sure I can finish it. I keep forgetting how much dialogue and stuff is in this game, and that's kind of where I'm having issues with remembering just how long it's going to take to finish everything. But, this one definitely is a lot more cinematic than the others. It's just huge cutscenes all through it. Like, if you were to look at a step-by-step list of what you need to do to finish this game, it's only like 2 or 3 pages. It's not that bad. But you've got all the dialogue and everything as well, and that's where you're going to end up having quite some time put into the game. So, let's see if we can finish this and get it done and move on to other things.
This is the main cockpit display. Various subsystems of the shuttle are monitored and controlled from here.
So as we left our hero, the ship is now stalled. Wow, they really crammed that stuff in there. Alright.
This is the shuttle hat. The shuttle closet contains an EVA suit and helmet for those infrequent repairs.
I don't know, judging from the look of this thing, that might be a little more frequent than we thought. Let's see.
This button.
Well, the data recorder came in useful again. And of course I got my wonderful, wonderful fish, as I remember. Right? Oh no, that's in the engine outside. That's right. Alright.
You pour glue all over the crystal.
Wow. Crystal seems to have broken. I swear it wasn't me.
Now we're in deep.
Hey, I've gotten us this far, haven't I?
Yes, and what a wonderful place it is.
It could be worse.
How did I get hooked up in this deal? My agent's going to be hearing from me big time.
I guess the divalium crystal won't work in this form. Fortunately, I have vast experience in the reforming of broken items.
It's no wonder you've had to repair a lot of stuff you've broken in your time. The word clod comes to mind.
Ugh.
You hold the glue-coated segment to the broken divalium crystal for 10 seconds to set the glue.
Oh, that was simple.
Don't screw with a pattern buffer array. If you get messed up during teleportation, it can unscramble you.
How do you know I don't want to be scrambled? Like an egg. Okay. I do like the look of the spacesuit. I also like how it looks exactly like his, it looks just like his janitor's outfit. I'm gonna make a second save just in case something happens. There. Now, let's grab this.
Let's look at it together and see what we can see, okay?
Like, really, you couldn't just give me a description of it? Okay, whatever. Oh, I don't... Well, the trunk isn't even open. Interesting.
You neatly
Oh, I don't want to do that. Whatever. Fine, just do it.
That wouldn't...
Sit down and let's just get this thing running. Okay.
You pull the handle and hear something release on the outside of the shuttle.
There. That's weird. It doesn't actually tell you to do that. Again, I am doing a walkthrough for this one. Because I have only played it, I've only beaten it once and never wanted to play it again, honestly. Okay. This looks more like it.
These are the shuttle's jumper cables. That sure doesn't make you feel real secure about this spacecraft if those are standard equipment.
What was the other thing? Oh!
It's the pump you retrieved from the shuttle trunk. It reminds you of one of those hand pumps you use when the astrohead plugs up. That's
Where are you going? Get back over there. I don't want you floating off into the middle of nowhere. Time passes. I'm glad Roger is patient and does not freak out in the middle of a crisis situation. It's kind of a sleek-looking vessel right there. I'll take it. I wish.
Hello, sweetheart. You look like you could use a little assistance. Is there anything I can do?
Well, yes, there is.
Why does that
Thanks for
sound like
stopping.
Lita
Well, you
from
should just
Deep
name
Space
it,
Nine?
yes.
It seems I've stalled my engines. Could you give me a jump? I have cables.
I'd jump you in a heartbeat, Dollface.
Whoa.
I guess you must have got caught up in that anti-anomaly. They can be a real pain in the... Well, anyway, let's get it done.
Well, here's your end of the cables.
I'll let you know when I'm all hooked up. Contact.
Okay, so it says here, and again.
It's the recall notice for the owner's manual. It reads, "Dear Ham Shuttle owner, It has come to our attention that there is a minor misprint in the owner's manual for the 1000 series of shuttles. Until a new manual can be acquired, please disregard page 73, paragraph 4 of that manual.
Please match the plus cable with the Y pole and the minus with the O pole. So it's that Y symbol, like a broken pitchfork, and the O. Okay, so is the red the plus or the minus? Let's save here, folks. This could be interesting.
Okay, Manual. We're all hooked up.
I think that
Give it a
should
try.
be it. Sounds like things went right. I'm alive!
Bye-bye, Sugar Bunny. I gotta be running along.
Hey, thanks for stopping to help me.
See ya.
Bye! I'm gonna get out of here. Oh my! Hello, hey!
You neatly replace the EVA suit in its proper place.
Oh, thank goodness.
Good work, sir. I believe I can now follow the ion trail of Deep Ship 86 back to Delta Berxalon 5.
Huh. Okay, I don't remember starting up manual at all, but okay. Let's roll. I don't know when that guy got there. I think he's the holographic, like, co-pilot. Not that I needed a holographic co-pilot. Alright, let's save. Just in case I come across another one of those unfortunate crashes. Okay, this is where Stellar got blown up. Theoretically. Elevator music. Oh, we're there. Okay, well, in that case, I'll just
You can't a feeling.
step off the elevator then. Bye-bye, elevator music! I'll miss you. Oh, hi.
Wow, a mad scientist working on a planet called Delta Berxalon. You wonder what he's doing here? Designing women, perhaps? Sorry. It's just techie stuff. There is a Callahan Muddy here. Seems you remember talking about those things to someone recently.
Callahan.
Mr. Wilco, I would advise you to stay out of my personal belongings. I do not want to have to get physical with you.
Oh, really?
I will if I have to, and don't think I can't take you.
Hang on a second. Okay. Again, this game's puzzles were just brain dead, and here's why. It says here...
He's kind of gross.
Hello, Doctor.
Janitor Wilco, what in blazes are you doing here?
Well, Doc, I got a distress call.
So why are you here?
Because I know it originated here. In fact, it was from Stellar Santiago.
You're
Stellar
out of your mind,
Santiago.
Wilco. Now go away and leave me alone. I've got important work to do. Goodbye.
I know something's up here, Doc, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. You'll be sorry, pal.
Yes, whatever you say, Wilco. Just get out of my face.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Apparently, the walkthrough I'm looking at is a little incomplete, but thankfully I can figure some of this stuff out.
You take possession of the Callahan Muddy. The door.
My problem with playing this one is that when I was playing this, I was doing it pretty much by myself. Most of my family didn't want to touch this thing. So unfortunately, I don't have a lot to say about it. Like, I have no idea much to say about it except for, oh, let's just try and talk about the game. And honestly, the game, I mean, look at something and it's like,
Pretty cool looking, huh?
yeah, you know, they seems like they skimped out a lot on the actual dialogue in some areas, but in exposition, like not exposition, but in conversations, they have a ton of dialogue. You know, so
Sir, I believe I may be able to tap myself into the PTS and perform a limited set of functions.
PTS?
Yes, sir. PTS, the Photo Triangulation System. It was installed as a crude backup navigational device to the modern navigational computer system. It's what you see before you mount it in the middle view screen.
okay. Okay.
This is the photo taken. You peel apart the photo and negative from your first PTS image. It's the first positive image from the PTS. What was that supposed to? You peel apart the photo and negative from the second PTS image.
Okay.
What was...
Okay.
Excellent.
Oh,
The PTS is online and working. We can
Okay.
now launch to polysorbate.
alright, I guess we're going back to Vacation Planet. And here
It feels
is
slightly.
why. You need to be able to hook into the computer system, right?
The,
Unfortunately,
sh- the gel is flavored.
Your whimper is my...
the only way to get that to,
Manual tosses you a transport signaler.
You can only use this from the place I beam you to.
nice to know. So the only way to get it is to go to that one of those shops down on Polysorbate that you'd never needed to go into before. Welcome back. Alright, so we are going this way, I believe. This one, yep. We're going down here. Prepare for a sudden encounter.
Yikes! Can it be? Why, yes, it is. It's Fester. Fester Blatz, former owner and proprietor of Fester's World of Wonders, a cheesy little tourist trap on the desert planetoid of Fleabot. The t-shirt looks, and unfortunately smells, like the same one he wore on Fleabot. He has the expression of someone enjoying a permanent wedgie.
Oh boy.
He has aged somewhat. Looks like he's grown a few more neck rings. These last few years have been rough on him. From what you remember of him, he used to be kind of an aqua blue. Now he looks like a used lug liner, or the color of a Vorillion miner's loogie.
Hello there, Mr. Blatz. I think I have something you might be interested in.
Think so, hey?
Oh, I really think you'll find it interesting.
Ooh! Why, I'd love to take that off your hands. Of course, you realize that it's illegal to sell those, but I could trade you for something. Look around and see what interests you.
I could really use a cyberspace jack.
Tell you what, I'll trade you for one of those fine specimens in the case. What do you say?
No, I want the jack or it's no deal.
Oh, now take it easy, Sonny. I think we can do business.
I'm glad you see it my way. It's been a pleasure. Take care, Fester. I gotta fly.
Brain-dead products have been a staple of the home-built being hobbyist for decades now. They make a fine line of adapter plugs which allow for cross-species component swapping. Means you'll be able to pick up parts anywhere other beings exist. Nice deal, huh? They also make a pretty fine moddy. Get tired of what kind of mood your droid, or spouse for that matter, is in? Why, you just slap in one of those babies and bingo! You can modify them into a whole new attitude. Find a wife type who won't pay some big buckazoids for that. Too bad the sale of them is illegal. About all I do is trade for them. It's one of them loopholes, guess you could say. Kinda developed a hobby of collecting the suckers.
Well then.
My sole purpose is to help you, sir.
Excellent. Get me a cappuccino. Actually, that would be really nice. I should not have said that. Now I'm thinking coffee, coffee, coffee. Maybe after I record this. So all through this, an interesting point I've been noticing, and I guess not all through it, but they really haven't mentioned Beatrice too much, except for the parts where they talk about how much of an angry person she apparently is. So it's one of those like, huh, moments. Like apparently Roger's supposed to get married to her, but she sounds like kind of a chore. Ugh. Oh my goodness, I just woke up, so you'll forgive me if I'm yawning a little bit.
That's an interesting idea.
Let's see. Ooh.
These aren't all.
Research. Oh, well, that helps. Again, there's a lot of dialogue where they're talking about stuff and him with other... There we go. Where you, like, have the characters talking with each other, but... Good grief. Wow.
Talk about a brave new world. You'd better be up for it if you plan to explore this cyber terrain. This cyber terrain is just a little arid. It's just more evidence to confirm the old adage that if there's time enough to do it, there's time enough to do it half-assed.
Oh, what?
Hey, free birdseed, and so conveniently placed under a huge boulder, too.
I'm gonna try and take it. I'm gonna be that guy.
Forget it. You don't resemble that bird.
Oh.
Well, except for the pin feathers in those chicken legs of yours.
Oh. Gary, you cut me to the heart. You're tearing me apart, Gary. There we go. I just have to ask myself, this is all kind of cool, but it's not like, from what I gather, from what I remember from first beating this, it is almost completely pointless. Because it's not like you can get lost, it all goes to the exact same place. You just have to follow this huge maze. It looks interesting, but it strikes me as a way of artificially extending the game a little bit. One second.
For those of you who aren't paying attention, that's a stop sign. That's quite a leap. You'd be able to clear it if you could get a running start, but you can't run in this game, only walk. In this space quest, you can't switch to sprint.
That was a Space Quest 5 reference. Yeah, I got points for just following the path.
The sign says it all. There was much talk and rhetoric about the information superhighway, but the executive and legislative branches seem quite opposed to getting together on just about anything either one of them introduces. Just look at the space program.
No, that's true.
Anyway, the frustration of a former employee is documented in the amendments to the opens date. A rag hangs from the sawhorse. Who knows what it last wiped up?
Yeah, we'll take it anyway.
Don't pick at it.
Aww.
You'll only make it worse.
Okay, let's see.
Bet you can't fit that thing in your pants.
Oh, yeah?
Guess I was wrong. It does fit. There must be plenty of spare room in there.
Jeez.
Oh, mama! I'm guessing one too many burritos for the last guy in here.
Oh my. Windows 3.5? This reminds me of, like, the first Windows I ever did.
That, boys and girls, is Sis Innie.
I
She
ever
runs
used.
things around here like an iron maiden, with the firmness of titanium BVDs, with the control of a steel belt reinforced brassiere.
Next.
Take a number. Let's do that. Oh, it's now serving 5, so you'd have to sit there and wait for it to go all the way around.
Looks like a programmer just prior to shipping.
Oh.
It looks like some poor slob actually waited for his number to be called and died for his troubles.
Yeah.
Does your number match the one shown by the counter?
No, I don't seem to have that one, but...
Oh, I am sorry, sir. Strangely enough, there's no provision for buts in this system. You either have the number shown, or you do not. Now, please await the calling of your number. Thank you very much. I have important things to do.
And I guess they don't let me grab...
Next.
Don't pick at it. It would...
Oh, it doesn't allow you to. Okay.
Does your number match the one shown by the counter?
As a matter of fact, I do possess that number. Read it and weep, pixel woman.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Oh, no, you can't possibly. Oh. Well, I guess you're right.
Ah, sorry. Move the chair up.
You bet your palate, little 32 by 32 pixel mama.
Holy crap, these guys have worse files than I do, which is pretty bad. Okay, so we were looking up Nigel Rancid, which...
That file apparently doesn't want to open.
Is it... Hang on. I know you gotta walk up these, so...
That file... That...
No? Okay, we'll see if I have to do this the hard way.
Man, these filing cabinets are a mess. Even I could keep them up better than this.
Rancid, Nigel. And his brother Sinjin are hired thugs. Most recently, the Rancid brothers have been employed by Dr. Hayden Bellows and Sharpay of the Golden Light Years Retirement Community. Okay. Bellows, Sharpay, Santiago. Okay. Bellows, Sharpay, and Santiago. So 2 of those I can find in the same place. Here we go, S. So S is Santiago, I think would be up here.
That file... That file... That...
There we go. Sharpay and Bellows. A member of the Starcom fleet before her departure from this world while attempting to rescue a janitor. Okay. Wait, what did he say?
Looks like interesting reading.
Okay, well.
That...
Oh, I think we found it already. Sharpay?
That file...
Sharpay. A philanthropist of the First Order. This benefit the First Order. Oh no. Her getting into Star Wars again. This benefactress of many good causes is known throughout the universe simply as Sharpay. Sharpay's most recent project has been the Golden Light Years Retirement Community on Delta Park Zone 5, where she hopes to spend her declining years, always thinking of others. This grand lady will leave a legacy of charitable works behind when she goes. Okay. Let's go find Bellows. Obviously, over on the other side.
That...
Dr. H. Bellows. Project Immortality. Dr. Hayden Bellows is the Chief Medical Administrator of the Golden Light Years Retirement Community. He has gained much notoriety over his controversial efforts to mitigate the effects of, some say altogether eliminate, aging. Project Immortality. I wonder if that's in the P section. H-I. Okay, so that's going to be over 1. That way! That way. That one. Here we go. We can do this.
That file, that.
No, you bozo. Ah. Really, really, really. Oh, stop the...
General drawer failure. Please step. You get the idea.
Here we go. All right. The holy grail of narcissists everywhere, Project Immortality is the cold hard scientific name applied to the cold hard science that is the fountain of youth of our time. Project Immortality is funded by Sharpay and overseen, so she's trying to keep herself from dying of old age. Overseen by controversial Dr. Hayden Bellows, it promises humankind the hope of the ages, eternal life. Sure makes marriage a scary proposition, though, doesn't it? Well, I guess if you married the wrong person, then yeah, but I guess you should have thought about that a long time ago. This is why people try to think before they get into marriage, you know, that way you don't end up in a major issue. Alright, let's go track down Endgame, which is probably this way. It does say. Yeah.
That file apparently
Okay, apparently I can't do endgame, so I will carry on. I don't know why they have the cross-reference on there if I'm not able to look it up, but well.
The cyber printer accepts your cyber file gratefully and begins to print. The question is, what exactly is the output of a cyber printer?
Nah.
Yes, yes, yes. Quiet, Sissany.
Well, what do you know? Maybe there is something to this superhero reputation thing after all. And after that episode with the egg beater, I thought you'd never impress me again.
All right. Those classic old sound effects.
You smartly drop the board in
Dang!
place, spanning the gap between the two bridge sections.
Building bridges. I have evidence against you, sir.
Well, Dr. Bellows, I think you've got some explaining to do.
You're out of your mind, Wilco.
So, what do you have to say for yourself now, Doctor?
Confronted with the facts found in the files you located, he freaks and spills all.
Oh, my...
Eloquently stated.
Thank you, Roger.
I didn't think this all the way through until I'd crossed my own personal ethical line. I was already...
Do you have an ethical line?
It had already gone too far. The experiments alone. I thought I could do just this one thing and still live with myself. Love can move a person to do some strange things, Wilco. She knew how I felt and used it to her advantage.
Aw, he likes Sharpay.
I think I know what you
I don't
mean
care.
about that love thing, but wait a minute. Slow down. Are you saying you have the hots for... I mean, you are actually romantically intrigued by Sharpay? Wow. You are serious.
Seriously messed
I
up.
agree that love can make you do some weird stuff. In this case, though, it made you do some stuff that was unethical and illegal, Doctor. Where is Stellar Santiago? I know she was alive, that her death was faked. What have you done with her?
Great Caesar's ghost. The woman, she's still alive, but I'm afraid not much time remains.
She is? What do you mean, not much time remains?
As you must realize by now, the Golden Light Years project was merely a front for the research I'd been conducting per Sharpay's wishes. She is intensely fearful of death. You probably didn't notice that she is getting up in age a bit.
I might have missed that.
Yeah. Who could have guessed that?
In very simple terms, Janitor Wilco.
Come on, spell it out.
That's janitor second class, pal. And don't you forget it.
Oh.
Excuse me, Janitor second class. As I was saying, Sharpay feared dying, enough to take the lives of others to save her own. She knew I loved her. I remember the day I met her.
Oh, do we have to hear your
It was at
recap?
the funeral of... Oh, I believe it was her fourth husband, and I remember never having seen her look so radiant. I fell for her, hard, and she knew it. You should have seen her in black.
I'll pass, thanks. Just tell me about Stellar.
Yeah, man, come on.
Okay.
Let's get this
The
going.
bottom
Oh my
line is that
god.
I have developed a way to extend Sharpay's life by transferring her mental essence into the body of
Okay,
another.
there we go. That's
It
what
was
I wanted to
be
hear.
you until your friend Stellar Santiago got in the way. We thought no one would miss you. Go figure. What I have done is to employ nanotechnology to take over the designated host body, as is happening with your friend as we speak.
Stellar's body is being taken over by Sharpay? Jeez. I don't understand. Is there anything we could do to stop it?
I've never really thought of it that way.
Well, think about it now. Say what? No.
Okay.
I don't think...
It's her only chance. If you seriously care for
I'm
your
sorry.
friend,
I
you'll
was
do
trying
this.
to check something.
Oh. The only way, huh?
They have to shrink him down and inject him into Stellar Santiago's
Well,
body to try
okay.
and
I hope you're sure about this.
I'm positive. Here's how we shall go about it.
so that he can go in and
You move your
get and
shuttle
stop
into lab
Sharpay.
B. Meanwhile, I will generate new software for your shuttle's navigational system, which will help you locate the nanites, the very small robotic devices I developed for the intrusion. One of them is Sharpay. If you can stop Sharpay, Well, your friend's chances of survival improve immensely. Then, once I have located and extracted you, I shall work to repair whatever damage may have been done to Stellar during the attempted incursion.
Alrighty then.
The shuttle is nicely miniaturized by the beam deal. Hopefully, it is reversible. Perhaps you should have asked about that. There are some things you can't afford to have smaller.
Stellar! Hold your hands in the air, it's more fun that way! Well, alrighty then. Here we are. And all the horrible things that I could say right now. But I'm trying to keep this at least as much a family show as it can be, considering we're playing Space Quest 6. Alright, give me 1 second. And let's stop that.
You don't have to wear your helmet out there. It wouldn't be...
This heat tile looks loose. Whoops. I have to stop doing that.
Okay, well, I guess I got a heat tile. What about this beeping thing? Can I turn that off?
Quit boinking the fuel tank light.
Well, apparently it's down on, low on fuel.
Wow, that's some interesting looking stuff you've got collected in the engine intake. Looks like a small collection of blood capillaries.
Wow, I'll take it.
You recognize that festering, infected crevice. As if Stellar didn't already have enough to worry about, she's got an ulcer. And it's not just an ulcer, it's puckered. It's a peptic ulcer.
Oh no! I'm sure we can figure that out. Let's see. Oh! This is far more than I ever needed to know.
You acquire a candy.
Oh, now he says something about it.
I already have.
Interesting. The acid... You acquire a candy. Interesting. The acid rises, but just not quite high enough to submerge those nanites. You acquire a...
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, we got it. All right.
The...
You want to just, I always looked at that and wondered, I wonder how much damage he is causing doing that. You know? She has like an entire Twinkie in there. Does she like chew before she swallows? Ever? I'm curious if there's anything else up here.
You summon the ability to leap... What's the matter? Haven't you ever seen an esophagus before? Check out the lungs on this girl. You don't get an opportunity like this every day. This is the upper part of the esophagus. The larynx branches off from here, winding its way down to the bronchi and the lungs. Looking above, you see some sort of medical equipment blocking the way to the mouth. Looks like that's not an option for an escape route. An interesting idea. What are you up to, Roger? An interest... An interesting idea.
Okay, interesting. It is nasty in here.
This is the upper area of the duodenum. Matter preprocessed from the stomach enters here through the pylorus above. It has a lovely bio-colored decor, and for a very good reason. This is the area in which raw processed ingestibles are mixed with a variety of secretions for further breakdown.
Well then.
This looks like the center section of the duodenum. It has that same lovely bio-green brilliance.
Must be getting near the heart. Oh, these are the intestines.
A large gallstone hangs above the entrance to the gallbladder. That wouldn't be wise. Those suckers could fall and smash you flat.
Of course, you know, not letting me do that. Ugh.
Wow, check out all that bile. Looks like her liver's been doing just fine. That's a pool of bile any liver would be proud of. You sure can't speak highly of its aroma. That's an interesting idea. In this galaxy... In this galaxy... In this it would appear that it's the pump you retrieved from the shuttle trunk. It reminds you of one of those hand pumps you use when the astrohead plugs. There's nothing. That's it. That axe, boy. It. You get finger. Careful.
Why do I feel like I'm missing something?
It's the bundle of capillaries you appropriated from... You're the first one on your block to actually possess someone else's alveoli. You get... In this galaxy...
Okay, did I miss something?
You cleverly tape the capillaries together. Nice work! You've hooked up your makeshift hose to the pump.
There we go. The answer to that question was, yes, I did forget something.
You chuck one of the taped capillaries over the muscular ledge. It drops into the pool. give the pump a stroke or two, and in the process gather a nice helmet load of bile. I guess congratulations are in order.
Hey, how many people can say they have a helmet full of actual bile? Well, guess I don't have to go back there anymore.
This is the main pancreatic duct. It appears that there's some blockage toward the tail of the pancreas. It definitely gets a bit snug. Seems to be a buildup of cholesterol arterial plaque. It probably seemed like a good idea to you at one time.
I am not sure I would have put my mouth on that. Just as an FYI.
A nice pool of pancreatic secretions made up of insulin and glucagon fill the bottom of the islands of Langerhans.
I don't think I could have heard all those words put into a more humorous way. Oh my goodness.
You maneuver your helmet beneath the drip and manage to snag a nice little dollop of the stuff.
Okay.
It looks vaguely like your hiney after it's been chewed out by your boss.
Okay, really? There's not even a comment about what it is? Like, okay. This has got to be the first Space Quest game where literally...
It's a key with a little button thingy attached to it. It looks pretty cool. Those are the gallstones you collected as souvenirs from Stellar's common bile duct.
Normally, in your inventory, if you look at anything, it'll give you a description of what it is. This has got to be the first time I've seen it in an adventure game where it does not have an explanation on more items. Like, when I say more items, I mean, like, there's just an obvious number of them. You know? Okay.
You now own one of those tiny timed release pills.
Huh?
It's one of those tiny timed release pills.
Okay, thank you. Folks, I'm hoping that you take care of yourselves well enough that the inside of you does not look like this. What are you doing? Get your butt back down here.
You summon the ability. It's a fascinating place. This is the place where the duodenum meets the small intestine. The mixture of food, acids, bile, and enzymes move on from here and pass over the villi, where nutrients are absorbed into the bloodstream.
Cool.
It's a fascinating place, wouldn't you say?
Okay. Let's see here. Am I able to get, like... There we... Okay. Let's try that again then, shall we? And I'm gonna slow the speed down, because I think... What in the world is going on?
Since you've entered the tapeworm, not partially...
Okay. I can't even see the menu, so here's what I have to do. I have to shut the game down, I have to restore, and then try and get that to work again. I'm almost done, so let's see if I can just get this out of the way. Ugh. Yes, 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 we got it. We got it. It's Sierra during their downfall years. At least with this particular series. Okay, so now let's try this. Come on, don't do it again. Oh man, it still went a little too far, but at least now I can finish this. And hopefully it'll fix itself soon.
Impressive. The tapeworm suddenly becomes much more animated. Please remember to keep your arms and legs on the worm at all times.
Whee! That, by the way, is a tapeworm. I think it's still glitched. I'm gonna try saving. Well, nah. Well, man. Okay, good. It did fix itself.
Now that's a ride you won't take in the Magic Kingdom.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so. One moment. Okay. Cool. Good Lord.
You snap off a shard of fingernail and gingerly introduce it into your pocket.
This person eats
It looks like an
anything.
old silver amalgam filling. Must have been bouncing around here for years.
It's a filling.
It's a relatively unscathed paperclip.
The question is, can you remain attracted
carefully,
to this person after
very
seeing
carefully,
this?
stow the paperclip in your pocket. You pull away a cracked piece of the filling.
She's got a filling. She's got a screw in here.
How does she get this stuff into her digestive system? That's a screw Stellar probably doesn't remember. Talk about hard currency. The Buckazoid has proven itself once again. This is even one of the old-style ones. Might be worth some money. Too bad you can't carry it. This seems to be a sludge of rather heavy and not so digestible items.
Yeah.
Sludge reminds you of your old nemesis. Well, you finished him off, but he still causes you to change your clothing more than the average person.
No, I think I've already done things above and beyond the call of duty. Hey, a guy has to draw the line somewhere, and gosh darn it, this guy's drawn the line right at the colon.
You've never even met her mother.
Yeah. No.
You've never even...
Yeah.
Aww. That would have been funny.
So you like the worm, huh? You like to ride the worm, huh? I let you ride the worm.
I know that's probably a reference, but I have no idea where it's from. Ugh. Good grief. I'm not sure how attractive this person is after seeing that. Hey, at least it was near the colon, so it was all gonna go away eventually. Here's another thing. If you look at here, I'll show you what it is. And this is one of the things that I was talking about with the puzzles in this game. Climb all the way up, backtrack here.
Red light. This is not good. Apparently some or all of the intermix element in Fuel Tank 3 was disgorged during your heinous Venus joyride. That's not all that was disgorged, but we'll skip the details.
Okay, so you look at that. Now, you would have to look at your, remember your fuel tank, what you mixed in there. And the third one was the silver, like, the silver filling.
Yes. That's an... It would...
There we go.
You neatly replace the EV...
Yes, we know.
It's the subroutine program disk the doctor gave you to be able to navigate through...
Ah, right. Cracked by.
It...
Heading to the brain. Woohoo! We're moving up in the world. Well, at least in Stellar Santiago. Oh, really? Ah, yes. This is going to be one of those things, isn't it? Well, Looks like a little more editing is going to be required here to get this to work. Where was I? Okay. Let's hurry this up.
You pull up.
Yes.
You. You snap. So you like you.
Let's see if it allows me to skip the little video of him riding the thing. Nope. One second. Minimizing just to make sure that my speed is set properly. Alright. Now I'm going to start saving every 5 seconds because I don't want to have to redo everything. I'm not sure why that little walking piece had to be a, its own little, you notice it has the thinking thing there, which means it had to break it up for some reason. It's not like he was changing, from like a forward view to how do you say it? A different perspective. He wasn't going from like a far away perspective to a closer perspective. Up we go. Hey, the dog wants to look outside.
This heat tile looks loose. Whoops.
Okay, can we get it to work now? Oh. Okay. Here we go. Please don't crash. If it crashes, I'll set it up. And thank you. Okay, so basically what it is for some reason the CPU speed needs to be cut down a lot. And thankfully, if you're using DOSBox, what you have to do is hold Control and tap F11 a few times. And then you should be okay. Take it down to about 60 cycles. That's kind of what I got it at.
That's
So now we're dealing with her brain. Something that we can play around with definitely a lot more. Now for my paranoid saving.
You slice away with the nail, and amazingly enough, manage to cut a slice in the barrier.
I'm sure that's not going to have any effect. Oh, hey, hits her brain. I'm walking on it. Oh, wonderful.
Yikes. How am I supposed to jump across this one?
Use your memory, Luke.
Excellent guess. It probably seems that it probably.
I would have tried and pole vault it. Whoa, what was that? All of a sudden. One moment.
Man, that was close.
That was close. Oh my.
You chuck a gallstone at one of the robots, causing it to think the other one did it. You chuck another gallstone, this time at the other robot, who also thinks the other one did it.
Ah, it's the oldest trick in the book.
That was quite effective. That was very impressive, Roger. I'll bet that's not something you hear every decade.
Wow. That's some serious work they got going on in the brain. Oh, so that's all that was there. Wait. I'm sorry, they're saying something about signs, and I want to make sure I'm not missing anything, because backtracking is a pain.
So this is the motor control center.
Ooh. Oh. Okay.
Interesting. The sign says this is Stellar's cough control center.
Excellent. It probably.
Oh, that clears the blockage from down here. Oh, that was close.
Ah! Even in this suit, that hurts like a... Geez. What's going on here? And what's with that big robot?
Well, well, Mr. Wilco. I must confess to being impressed that you made it this far. You are either a very lucky man, or the classic case of how looks can be deceiving.
Oh, yes.
From what I know of your history, I can't say that in this case looks are necessarily deceiving.
Oh, right,
On the
because
other
you
hand,
obviously have
I
no
don't
idea
think
what this
luck
guy
counts
pulled
for
off.
it all either. There's definitely something different about you, Mr. Wilco. It's a pity, though. I'm afraid this is where the odds catch up with you, Roger. I do hope you don't mind me referring to you as Roger. I feel we can both be on a first-name basis now, since we will soon be sharing such intimate moments. My rebirth and your death. Not necessarily in that order.
Well, this is the
I'll
nanite I
come
need to
you
break.
in a moment. I have a few more little details to finish before I transfer my consciousness into this body. Enjoy it, Roger. It'll be among the very last of your memories. Oh, and by the way, escape attempts will prove to be futile. You will be incinerated if necessary.
Jeez, what a bit.
I'm sorry. What was that you were saying?
What, a bit psychotic?
Me? I was saying, what a bite. Yeah, I had a little trouble with some parasites a while ago down in the digestive tract. That's all it was.
Alright, let's deal with this. I'm just gonna say for the record, there's gonna be a lot of cleanup necessary with this brain.
Wow, that was actually a great idea. Go figure.
Yeah, I kicked her butt. Just look at me. MacGyver wishes he could be me. It was bound to happen. The never-ending battle between good and evil was once again waged. And once again, good has
Uh-oh,
emerged.
he's making a speech, kids. Everybody hang on to your hats. We all know how this went in Space
And
Quest
with me on its
5.
side, how could it lose? Yes, once again, I have struck a blow for good over evil. It was in a... Hey! Ah! What? But I thought I took care of you.
Well, it appears you thought wrong now, doesn't it, Roger?
What in the heck are you supposed to be?
I haven't survived this long without taking precautions. The robot was just hardware. My mind still exists.
Oh, real wonderful. Ooh! Ah! Hey, watch those tentacles, lady. I thought that being partially embedded in the street on polysorbate was a strange feeling.
And the use of the fish.
Fish, that's brain food.
Finally used the
Alright.
dang thing.
She actually chowed down on that rancid fish. I thought I'd never get rid of that fish.
I see the Dr. Bellows is waiting patiently out there for me. Thank you, sir. I suppose that's one idea.
Nice shot.
Oh, there you are, Wilco.
Has anybody here ever seen Osmosis Jones? Probably the grossest thing ever. Yeah, that just gave me memories of that.
Boy, Stellar. With all that's happened recently, I never would have imagined that we'd be standing here together.
It is a miracle, Roger. I was afraid that by the time you got my message, it would be too late. I was certain I was doomed. But you didn't let me down. What you did was incredibly brave, Roger. Not to mention intensely risky. It took Dr. Bellows a lot of work to clean up after you and Sharpay. I must say, Roger, there's not a man in the universe who knows me inside the way you do.
It was a strange feeling, but I went in there all business. There wasn't a moment I wasn't thinking of your welfare.
Oh, give me a break. Let me put my boots on. It's getting deep in here.
Cheese it, pal, or I'll rip out your larynx and you won't be able to get a job doing bad voiceover work for Chinese action pictures.
What?
What did you say, Roger?
Nothing!
Oh, I was just mumbling to myself. You know, Stellar, there's one thing I noticed while inside you I thought I might share.
That just sounded wrong.
And what's that, Roger?
You eat like a goat. You really have to change your eating habits, Stellar. I saw some things in your digestive tract I wouldn't wish on Sludge Vohall. You really have to clean up your consumption act.
Yes, I know. Dr. Bellows said he was able to fix most everything done to me during Sharpay's invasion, as well as patching an ulcer that was playing havoc with my stomach. He told me the same things.
Good.
You might also try chewing. You had a hunk of Twinkoid wedged in your throat that would have gagged Linda Lovelace.
Okay, Roger, okay, I got the message. Let's change the subject, shall we? Ask me where I'm stationed next.
Why don't you just tell me?
Boy, some fun you are.
Sorry, I guess I'm a little grumpy. I had a real day. I had to clean the captain's log entry container. Then somebody got a nice buzz and ate rear and decided to take a wormhole ride in the Hollow Suite. They hit a few wrong buttons, and the next thing I know, I'm cleaning Virgon Nebula sets and hors d'oeuvres off every wall and ceiling. Apparently, they truly did make the room spin. Boy, they spackled everything. Had to use the putty knife to chip loose some of the chunks of...
Well.
Roger, I'm sorry you had a rough day, but can we please change the subject?
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, I think you're gonna like your next assignment.
Really? What is it? Where is it?
Sorry, you're just gonna have to wait to find out.
Ah, off into the sunset.
As Roger and Stellar warp off into the nebula set, many questions remain. Will Roger and Stellar become an item? How will Beatrice Whitemeister react when she hears about this new friend in Roger's life? Will Roger's voice be a few octaves higher as a result? Would they dare to make another one of these things? Only time and money will tell.
I've been up to my lips in urinal pucks lately. I hope it's something different.
And there it is. That is Space Quest 6. Wow.
Who wrote this crap? Oh, yeah, Scott. Yeah, well, yeah, then good work.
Well, there are fun parts. There are some good humor bits, but 90% of the time I felt like the humor was totally off. The overall puzzles were a joke in a lot of areas. There was plenty of glitches that were in place even back when you first got the game. The storyline was actually not bad. I didn't mind it.
And the animator who killed himself? Yeah, he couldn't draw his own breath.
Just overall, it was the weakest of all of them. I will say one thing about it. It was at least... There's one guy who came up with the Stooge Fighter code. Huh. Okay, there was at least... It felt like Space Quest. It felt like you were the guy out trying to save everything. And they did manage to keep the StarCon element in there at the same time.
These,
so it didn't...
Credits. They're called credits because, well, we can't afford to really pay anybody until more people buy the game.
So, yeah, so they did manage to get it to feel more like Space Quest. It was a good mixture of the elements from Space Quest 5 and the originals, but then they had to implement a lot of other stuff that just fell apart. The graphics seemed inconsistent. The music was all right. The sound was okay. I did love Gary Owens, and Roger Wilco's voice was very good. But overall, there was a lot of stuff that I thought was very lazily done, and the humor tended to become a lot more like a bathroom.
People worked on this dumb game.
Yeah, there was a lot more bathroom humor, a lot more childish stuff, and it didn't have quite the charm of any of the others. And you may notice that the character is being made fun of a lot more, which carries over into one of the fan-made games that I want to do. But then in the next fan-made game after that, it's actually a really, really well-made, anybody I recognize there? I don't see anyone. Yeah, I'd have to look it up. I don't recognize names too well. But anyway, just overall, it wasn't absolutely as bad as I remember. And that could be just because I wasn't trying to figure out each puzzle anymore, and I was able to focus a little more on, kind of other stuff than sitting there going, how in the world am I supposed to figure this crap out? But, overall, it still was not on the level of any of the others. But anyway, thank you all for checking out the video. Thank you for,
Thank you, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yeah, what he said.
No more. Bye-bye. That's it. Farewell. Farewell.
Okay. So anyway, thank you for checking it out. Thanks for dropping by. If you liked the video series or anything, drop a like down below. Give me comments, stuff like that. I always appreciate any feedback I receive. So hopefully we'll see you all again, and you all have a great rest of your day.